Hey guys, it's Mi-Anne, and this is Beauty with Me. A few months ago, I did a photo shoot for Refinery29.com where we pitted high-end makeup against drugstore makeup. Now, one of the critiques we got was that we didn't show the makeup at the end of the day, aka after a couple hours of wear. So I decided to rectify that by doing the challenge on my own face. So you spoke, I heard, I'm gonna do high-end makeup on the left side of my face, drugstore makeup on the right side of my face, and you're gonna come with me as I test it out throughout the day. All right, so let's get started. Say hi. So first things first, foundation. I'm going to use Estée Lauder Double Wear Nude, the lighter version of their classic Double Wear foundation. It's supposed to last for a very long time on my face. I like this. It's very lightweight, doesn't really feel like I'm putting a lot of makeup on. So the one little pitfall of this is that if you're looking for a full coverage face, this is definitely not the foundation for you. So that's the first foundation down. Going to move on to the next foundation, which is Revlon ColorStay, a classic drugstore find. So right off the bat, I'm noticing a few things. The Revlon ColorStay side has a little more coverage than the Estée Lauder Nude does. I'm excited to see how it wears though, because both of these foundations are supposed to last for a really long time. So next up, I'm gonna go in with some high-end bronzer on this left side of my face. I'm gonna use NARS Laguna. It's a beautiful matte bronzer. It's a very nice color. It's really kind of melding with my skin well, so it doesn't look powdery, which I like. It's definitely a look that I do a lot. On the other side of my face, I'm gonna use the drugstore bronzer, which is this bronzer from CoverGirl. It's called the TruBlend bronzer. So what I love about this bronzer is it has this really nice like chocolatey bronze coloring and just a little bit of like iridescence like running through it. I like the way that it applies. It applies very smoothly. It's really easy to build it up too, which is very nice as well. So to finish off the rest of the face, I'm gonna do highlighter, one of my favorite parts of any makeup look. This is a brand new highlighter from Charlotte Tilbury. It's called the Beauty Light Wand. It's cream. It comes out through this cute little sponge that's really soft. So beautiful. I'm gonna put it directly onto my face. I think I'm just gonna stamp it because I don't want it to be too intense on the offset. Tap into my cheekbones. This is the NYX Away We Glow liquid highlighter, and what I'm really excited about for this is it's pretty much an exact match for the color of the Charlotte Tilbury highlighter. So right off the bat, the texture of this NYX one is a lot less emollient than the Charlotte Tilbury one, and by that I mean it doesn't have as much like slip to it. I'm gonna do eyeshadow next. The high-end palette that I'm gonna use today is actually one by my girl Kylie Jenner. And it has a lot of really beautiful warm shades in it. Gonna go in with a little bit mixing orange shade with this kind of mid-tone brown. So I really like these eyeshadows. It's like a good amount. It's nice and buildable. I'm gonna use this cream shade now, just on top of the lid a little bit. Do a little bit of highlight situation. So because I'm gonna use a little bit of eyeliner on my bottom lash line, I find that that can tend to close your eye a lot. So I like to counteract that by putting a little bit of color on the top lash line just to open things up. Dip into this brown shade and a little bit of the black. And I'm going to very lightly line my eyes. There you go. So that's the Kylie palette on my left eye. Kylie did a good job on this one. I like it, I really like it. On the drugstore side, I'm using this palette from E.L.F. It is a beautiful matte palette, a ton of really nice like warm brown shades. And I'm gonna mix this warm shade with this mid-tone brown. I will say that this is my better eye. Does anyone else have that? Where like your eyelid just like folds better on one eye? It's this eye for me. I'm gonna do the same liner situation using the kind of chocolate brown shade in the palette and the black. Shadow done. Now I'm gonna do my eyeliner, which is gonna be really fun because I have some really beautiful shades. So this is MAC Cyan. I have been lusting after this pencil for months. I mean, look at this. It's so nice. I'm gonna put this on my lower lash line. It goes on really smoothly. It's really pigmented too. I knew I was gonna love it. I'm gonna move on to the drugstore side, and I'm using this one from Rimmel. It's called the ScandalEyes Waterproof Liner. It's in the shade Turquoise. It's not as bright as Cyan, I must admit. All right, so this one goes on pretty smoothly as well. The MAC side is much brighter, whereas the Rimmel side is a little more subdued. But I will say that, like, if I were to just glance at the makeup, I don't think that it would be, I wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, you're wearing 2 different color liners. Onto mascara. I'm very picky about mascara, so we'll see. This is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara in the waterproof version because I pretty much only wear waterproof mascara. And it has a really big wand, so it's very good for volumizing. It holds a curl really well. Do you see this difference between this eye and this eye right now? I have very short, thin eyelashes, and this really beefed up my eyelashes here. So the drugstore mascara that I chose is L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise, and I chose it because it actually has a really similar, like, very wide brush. This mascara is also pretty volumizing. It's holding a curl pretty well as well, but they're definitely different. Like, I would say that the Too Faced Better Than Sex is a lot more dramatic, whereas the L'Oreal is a little more subtle. So, all right, guys, we're in the home stretch. The final step, which is lips. In my opinion, the topper to any makeup look. On the high-end side, I'm gonna be using this liquid lipstick from Huda Beauty. It's in the shade Heartbreaker. I really like the way this is going on just because it feels almost like it's so wet in texture, so it's almost like it's going on as like a lip tattoo kind of thing. All right. Should I go out like this? Next up, on the other side of my mouth, I'm gonna use this liquid lipstick from Maybelline, and it's called the SuperStay Matte Ink. It's brand new. I've never tried it, but my editor has, and she says it lasts like forever. Also, that it's really hard to take off. The applicator I really like. I think I like it more than the Huda one. It's just, it has a nice taper at the top, so you can use the top as almost a lip liner pencil. All right, this is the finished look. So it's around 8:30 in the morning now. I did wake up a little earlier to do this look because I'm going to bike to work today to test out the makeup. Let's do it. Hey guys, I made it to the bridge. You can see it right there. It's pretty hot, I'm pretty sweaty, but the foundation still, like, from what I can see, looks like it's intact. Not looking very clumpy yet. The lipstick looks good. I'll check in with you after I've traversed the bridge. Bye! You guys, I literally just biked across the Brooklyn Bridge, and this is how my makeup looks. I would say this is pretty good considering I was profusely sweating and it was really hot and really humid. So I made it on the other side. I'm in the office now. I think it's looking really good, to be honest. Kat, say hi. Hi. Alex, say hi. I'm gonna make them guess which side is high-end and which one's drugstore.
I think your left side is the high-end.
Okay, what do you think?
Way brighter.
I'm gonna go with bright.
Alex is right. This side is high-end. This side is drugstore.
I think your right side is drugstore.
I think this side is high-end. I think this side is drugstore.
You're correct. Woo! Hey guys, it's around 1-ish. I'm having lunch with Lucie.
Woohoo!
We
Lunchtime.
have a pizza and Snapple situation. Which side do you think is the high-end side?
Maybe this side.
Yeah, what makes you say that?
Just the blue liner.
Yeah.
It's a little bit.
It's very bright.
It's a little bit brighter. This side is a little duller.
All right, well let's have some lunch.
Time for pizza. Hi.
How's the lipstick?
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
The high-end side is coming off.
Really?
Look.
A little, yeah.
But the low-end side is
The
perfect.
Maybelline one is like sticking to my lips, like clinging. All right, it's good to know.
Yeah, but it looks pretty good. Besides a little crumb right here.
I just slipped my
She got me.
All right, it is 6:30 p.m. I've been wearing this makeup for 10 hours now. I think that both sides lasted ridiculously well. First things first, foundation. They both look great. No complaints. Next up, bronzer. They're both still on, but I think as it wore, they started to look exactly the same. I feel like this is gonna be a whole video of me not being able to tell the difference between both sides, but that's not a bad thing. It's kind of a good thing. Highlighter-wise, I see it more on this side. But again, just like very subtle differences. Onto the eyes, eyeshadow. The KYLIE side is creasing a little bit right here. And the E.L.F side is creasing a little less, so go E.L.F. And on to the liner. So y'all know that I was really excited about this MAC liner. I definitely think that this would be a really good alternative if you don't want to splash out like, I don't know, $16 for the MAC version. Mascara-wise, I do like the effect of the Too Faced a lot. Although, I mean, if you didn't know that I was wearing two different kinds of mascara, you would literally think I just put the same one on both my eyelashes. Last but certainly not least, the lipstick. And the lipstick I feel like really went through a lot today. And I'll be honest, in terms of a long wear lipstick, Maybelline held its own a little longer. This makeup lasted through biking over the Brooklyn Bridge, eating pizza, greasy pizza with Lucie, and just walking around while I was doing work. I think it was pretty 50-50, no complaints. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Click here to subscribe to Refinery29 and click here to watch more videos.